Welcome to a Division 11 set of our all favorite caster. One of our favorite casters at least. It is LuckyKharms as the Georgians against one of the most active Basbora stream chatters and TDM veteran Falafel with a very questionable civ pick. Legion was in chat here a few days ago and saying that Wu are underrated on land. And I think he thought, and I thought at the time, that that was an exclusive opinion of Legion. It is not an exclusive opinion on Legion. Falafel shares that opinion. So there's two people who believe in Wu on Savannah. I'm still not one of them, but we're going Haegwang. And Wu are the... I thought Wu are the... You said Wu are the way, but you said you made a Wu joke. That's better than a way joke, sort of. We saw some early tries with them on like Vinland Saga. I remember Briggs, I think 2 seasons ago, when they came out, played in quite amazing game with going full not Haegwang, the other unit, Junbai Raiders with the hero to boost their attack speed. That was a cool strategy and it almost worked with Britons. We actually have a rush for Falafel, trying to go in with the Haegwangs. Kind of a rush. Not really the rush with the gather points behind, but an early attack. And a will kill results. Only one will kill for quite a few Haegwang, but at least a will kill for Falafel. Otherwise a relatively calm game. No chicken castle on this side. Chicken castle for the Georgians. Getting the Monaspa out. LuckyKharms, big fan of Monaspa. Always says Georgians win when they make Monaspa and don't win when they don't make Monaspa. We're playing Diplo as well, so we could ally. Doesn't make much sense in a 1v1, but maybe we want to be friends. Hill Castle for the Wu. And it will be Arbalister. How are Wu Arbalister? I forget the Civ gets them. No Thumbring, no Last Armor. That's the reason I forget the Civ gets them. There's no Junbai Raiders anyways. I was talking about Wei. What the hell? Yeah, Wei, you are a half-time variable. Nobody tried to play Wu on land ever. Forget what I said. For good reason. They've got traction traps, I guess. They're pretty good against siege. If you get a traction trap mass out, you can hold in the team game. Don't think that's enough to make them viable in the 1v1, but you can hold in the team game. It's just very one spot. They're super expensive and super slowly produced. In a team game, that can work to hold. Traction traps are a lot better in team game than they are in 1v1. Because in 1v1, it's the same with the castle. You can just run around it. In team game, there's less space to run around things. In 4v4, traction traps especially. In 2v2, traction traps won't be as good. So. In 3v3, also a bit less. I think traction traps have a place in DM pretty much exclusively in 4v4s. Good Infantry 2, yeah, some people try to play Wu on like Mudflow with the champions on the sides. There's definitely uses on like hybrid maps, but they need to be able to use like their Neutron Navy as well. And on land maps, you've got champions, traction traps, and like an okay cavalry unit with +6 attack. But it's not really strong enough versus the strongest units of every other civ. And fire archers on land fights are just like not really good in them. Monaspa Siege, have a deal. LuckyKharms, big opponent of Georgians making CA. He believes in they're always better with Monaspa. Oh, but very exposed trebuchets here. Siege control, not LuckyKharms' biggest strength. But, I'm saying not his biggest strength, but that's some pretty solid SO massive attack rounds. Holy crap. LuckyKharms, this set is a few days old. That's not too long after I practiced with you. How did you suddenly become a player that can micro siege managers? What I saw was terrible, and now you just had amazing attack rounds. How did that come about? I guess you learned from Spaz. Terry was trying Siege out, yeah. I guess trying out doesn't sound it would yield that good of a result that you just obliterate the opponent's army. Okay, the Siege is a bit out of position though. The Helmetiers need to be next to the Siege, or rather the Helmetiers are out of position. It's never the Siege that's out of position. It's always the Helmetiers. Yeah, you are trying your Siege out on your own trebuchets now. Okay, it's not perfect still. Do we have infantry in front of the traction traps? There is the traction trap siege to counter the onagers. Falafel expanding with a massive amount of castles. Two in the same spot isn't ideal, but the eco development looking really nice. I really love the amount of TCs that Falafel is placing. Counting him out a bit maybe because of the Swift pick, but it's Division 11, so I shouldn't. And Falafel has a really nice macro behind this. He said he isn't the highest level armor, so can't micro as well, but you can always out macro opponents still, even if you might not feel like the micro god. And if you don't have to micro, then you're obviously just god. Or lord at least. You don't have to micro because you macro survey your doubt. Therefore you're the lord. Therefore you're kind of god. I love that LuckyKharms placed his remaining trebuchets on a hill. Unfortunately, Falafel's castle is also really well placed on a hill, and traction traps counter trebuchets. I need maybe no, you don't need rams. The other sad part about Wu is I think they only get battering ram. Castle does fall now that the siege takes out the trebuchets. Haiguang going into their death. Champions! 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 The best unit that Wu have is champion, and champion would actually be great against this army. Champions on staggered formation could clear this maybe. Haiguang are getting really nice onto the siege though. We still see some gaps in LuckyKharms siege play. It is hard to deny the Helmetiers end up being a little bit in the wrong spots at times. And Falafel gets a really nice clear up, therefore will survive this push. It looked very dangerous. The main gold has been impacted. Villagers have fled to far out lands, so expanding away from the fights is working well for Falafel. Cast took a very Catholic turn somehow. Is the religion of doubt Catholic? I thought all my religion takes were around doubt. I guess doubt is from... Oh, it's Serbia. People are Orthodox in Serbia, no? I have it wrong? No, I think they took an Orthodox turn if anything, because doubt is from Serbia. And Lord equals God. Is that not the same in other Christian religions? Or in other religions? Wouldn't... I guess you... As a Muslim you wouldn't lose Lord for God? Wouldn't you say praise the Lord in any Christian faith? At least Christian faith. Holy Trinity is Catholic? No. The Holy Trinity does exist in a lot of forms and ways. It's just how the natures relate to each other and to the unity of them that's been a dispute. But I say a Trinity. In a lot of the others. And they've been split just about how the two natures of Christ relate to each other, but they still have... I mean, I guess the Holy Spirit might not be as pronounced in some of them. It definitely is in some others. Anyways, Falafel is losing parts of his base, has lost his main TC, but the push might be petering out a bit, which is a good word to use in this context. Gian Swordsman. Well, it's not a champion, but I guess in this case it at least serves the same purpose. It's a lot worse than a champion, though. Falafel, you should be making champions, not Gian Swordsman. And a bit more of them would be good. We even have the barracks. Obviously, they're making the Giant Swordsman. Map control for Falafel is kind of good. And all the eco isn't where the base is, so this is only wood. It's also the main gold, unfortunately. And the GG is called as the new eco is found. LuckyKharms. Microing Siege. Better than I assumed. Also not perfectly. Falafel got some kills. But yeah, Wu on land, man. There's a holy trinity in Lutheranism though, no? I guess you guys don't say Protestant, but... Or like in English, it isn't. Anyways, you confused me too much about religion. I only wanted to talk about doubt. LuckyKharms with the 1-0 over Falafel. Georgians versus Wu. It was a try. And he got some Night Siege snipes. But the Kharms takes the dub. Very confused by when I open my own stream it being black, but no, it's fine. Let's go towards the draft and give LuckyKharms the first win of the series. During the game, like I felt like I played that game really badly. Watching it back, I definitely did, but not as bad as I thought I'd take it. Yeah, you snapped some things. Not on me. Do not pick put on land map. But Balder, did you play Wu in that watershed game? No. You didn't play Wu there, did you? You played Dravidians. I think. Even worse, Malda. How was LuckyKharms? LuckyKharms was purple, right? Just to spite me? Well, I don't mind if you want to ram an X into your own foot. I'm excited if you make it work. But so far, the Wu were a bit misplaced here. What do we play on the water maps now? I guess Chinese and Byzantines? Maybe Sicilians? Played Wu with me, but not on land, did you? I mean, I remember that long game. Swamp, Hyper Random, Lagoon, and Fast remaining. Let's see what's game number 2. I'm getting too confused. Maybe I shouldn't have done another. Hyper Random. Okay. Nice. Hyper Random game next. So. Sicilian? I think can be solid on a lot of gens. Chinese Bengalis are probably for the water maps. Jab. But that means we're not playing one of them. Mongols for fast. Mongols or Magyars for fast. Oh, is it Japanese? Or do we just play Mongols? But Mongols are risky. Guess if you're suspecting Sicilians. Yeah, I'm saying Sicilians, Mongols. But my guess are always just I pick like one civ for one player and then I pick a counter civ for the other player. That's not really realistic, but let's go for game 2. I don't know what these players think anyways. Hyper Random is game number 2 and I kind of feared this would happen. We get Mapuche. We get Mapuche on a very weird land map against Magyars. Probably something they want to, because I think people think of Bolas as a cavalry counter. We start with Fire Towers and Gavine, 16 attack hero. And we have a big forest to one side of the map, kind of Michi, but the players spawn on the same side of Michi, and we have some resources behind Michi. And we've got plenty of resources on the side for the players. Oh, it's Fire Towers. I already said it respawned with fire towers, but I didn't realize it's fire towers, so rushing isn't really an option here. Falafel actually keeps his hero at home. Now goes for the hero fight as the other hero is damaged for playing RM Buzzy Random or something. And the hero has to run back. Paladin Kevacha coming out for the Megas, and I imagine it's Bolas. Halb Kona? But Kona are not good in Imp. Where are the Bolas? Isn't this like for Bolas? This has to be for Bolas when you poke Mapuche. Especially against Megas. Bolas are kind of decent versus all the units Megas want to make. Kona. 5 pierce armor. 145 HP. Against 180. Best attack. Against 18. And there's Mega CA. There we go, archery ranges. Bolas riders are the one existence claim of Mapuche in any game mode. Kona are like a good support unit for Bolas at times to kill skirms. To kill siege, they kind of kill things that kill Bolas riders. But it's still mainly about the Bolas. The Bolas are coming out. Everything is cheap because you get all the resource back. But Megas are Megas. Very chill games. But I guess that's kind of forced by the map gen, right? The fire towers. You don't want to dive and raid too early. So LuckyKharms just securing this position. It has a massive gold pile. This gold pile has 6k alone. Only 500 per tile though. This one 11k. 11k on one gold pile. There's gold for days. That's actually pretty bad news for both civs. Both civs kind of are cheap and want to play the non-gold game. But the Megas don't mind it too much. They can play for Paladin, yeah. Lots of Kona going in. The civs are a bit too creative for Falafel. I feel like LuckyKharms just picked like meta civs. I mean, Megas on Hyper Enemy is risky. What if it's a water map? But it's still not super terrible on water. They have shipwright, actually. Fire ships without siphons. But that's it, kind of. And less ship speed is detrimental, I guess. Anyways, we don't have a water map, so we don't need to worry about that. Kona will get eaten by this army. 5 pierce armor is not enough here. The units are also not that weak. Is the effect of Kona better against high HP or low HP units? I have not really researched Kona. Does anybody know that? When do they actually get their like plus attack? It's percentage page, but what does it mean? It doesn't matter, it's just weird? But the units die and such. Does that mean it's better against high or low HP that it's percentage based? It has to make it better against something than the other thing. Actually, kind of, the Paladins are dead. I guess the Bolas riders are doing damage. That's on a unit? Oh, that unit lost, no? It says like good against injured units. Lots of siege. Mapuche underrated. The fights were a lot better than I thought. Even the Megas with the hill here. Is there supposed to be a CA counter? Maybe we need like Mega Arbalist or something. I think it's still enough if we micro the CA, but castles are falling. Falafel kind of back on the map. Resources in the bank look really solid for LuckyKharms though. I think Mega Hussa seem very hard countered here. I think Paladins would be better. Also resources are way better for Paladin. It's hard to remember that you get pelleted in past 5 minutes with Megas though, because you're always so focused on getting your Mega Hussar out. This happened to me before. $60 CA wrecking things. Also, you counted this unit with Siege, so LuckyKharms should just add some onagers. I love that Falafel is thinking about Siege. I think both players need Siege. All the traps go down for LuckyKharms, and you get the res pack for the units. Falafel is not looking... I mean, he's not looking great. LuckyKharms still has the main map control and expanding to most of the gold spots here. But it's not looking as bad as I would have thought from a put. Oh, res return is 2p. Fuck's sake, who cares about these civs? Some people ban them. Okay, then everything is cheap because of brutal Mapu. Fine, it's 15% on something that makes it cheaper, bro, for both. They're effectively 15% cheaper over their lifespan. One at the start, one at the end. Even the same percentage. Is it? I hope it's the same percentage. Yeah, that's 2p. I got 2p randomed into Koreans versus favorite yesterday. That was an issue for me. A Butcher might even be better there. Okay, Mega Cavachas are still Mega Cavachas and mob everything up, including the Bolas Riders. I mean, the first 2 games were Wu and Mapuche on land maps, so I'm not sure how much it says about the set yet. Legion! There you are! You missed the land game for Wu. Game 1 was a land game as the Wu. This set. It went as expected. Not as you would expect though. Because Falafel and you are the only 2 people in the world that think Wu are good on land maps. But Mapuche, oh Bola, we have the skirms here, the OP skirms. They beat Xardas. The pass-through damage is actually coming into effect here. I mean, that's the legit best unit of Mapuche, I think, is sad it is a skirmisher. If LuckyKharms would just make Siege, Mapuche would completely die, and the whole solution to the Civ is just to make Onager. But that happens so often, which why like things like these can work in lower divisions where people forget Onagers. And we laugh at the skirms because on a high level we just make Onagers every time. That's why skirms are so ridiculous to like Hela, etc. Right? Because you always have something that kills skirms. And Mega Hussar are doing the job as well. LuckyKharms had the thought, like he made siege workshops. But maybe he's still not too convinced in his siege micro. So the Bola skirms are doing some work. Was war das? I mean, the skirms are good here. LuckyKharms is just not finding the right response. They're not good enough. I mean, the only person you're making sad with keeping doing that is LuckyKharms, because LuckyKharms has to hope you're playing better in your other sets for his own standings. If you keep doing it, you hurt LuckyKharms, not me. I like to make fun of Wu and Mapuche. I don't mind. 2-0 for Lucky. By Wu being good, I mean average, like around Hindu Franks level. Don't shit on Franks, man. Do shit on Hindu, though. Xardas, you'll be in Div 9 next season. I can't play you. I'm not sure about that. But Xardas and Lucky are both looking really good. When it's the next season, how do I get unbanned for it? I have news, Grethring. You've been unbanned. Does it have water maps? It will probably have water maps. And for the sense of you staying unbanned, I would advise you to not raise the topic of if it should have water maps or not. I mean, you could raise the topic, of course, just in a different manner than last time. LuckyKharms takes the 2-0 against the Mapuche and Highgrass. Next tournament upcoming is DM Hidden Cup. If you're interested in that. Called Shrouded Deathmatch. And Xardas can tell you all about it if he wants to. Because he's hosting it. Disclaimer though, it might have water maps. It even has Team Islands, I fear. I didn't decide that map pool. I don't mind it though. Ooh, there's some good land maps as well. Is this a Conan soundtrack? No. Hyper Random, unfortunately, lost by the Mapuche. Fun to watch though. And LuckyKharms gets it up with the Magyar. So I guess it will be Mongols on Fest then. You're coming to the wrong chat to complain about the water maps here, Grethring. Both the players that we're watching right now first picked Swamp and Lagoon. The Mapuche spooked you? Okay, you thought too hard about Xardas versus Gamer, I think. Game 3 will be on Golden Swamp. Way to drive Grethring away from this chat. But it's Falafel's secondary home map. And... do you see a mirror? We haven't seen many mirrors. It's right very well be a Chinese mirror. I really want to see a mirror. I miss mirrors a little bit. Next tournaments I will host myself. Like without like the league and other people involved, just me as a host, will have mirrors. In some form. Let's go. I'm ready for a Chinese war. No, it's not a mirror. LuckyKharms forfeits the mirror by picking Bengalis. Where's my Chinese war? LuckyKharms going Bengalis, Falafel going for China. You won't sign up for it? You can't handle send use bad luck? What? Do you go under a ladder? Or do you see a black cat walking by from left to right or right to left? I can never remember which one. I mean, we've seen everything yet. And I guess it isn't as hype because we've seen Goladoshek quick-wall with wonders. But did Falafel just quick-wall his dogs in with castles? You don't need to build houses, Capthang. You can quick-wall with castles, apparently. Let's go! The castle quick-wall! Falafel! Fog. Yeah, it worked as a quick wall. The dogs went up. Dragon ships are coming out. Oh, Galleon start versus China. No, LuckyKharms, you're playing into the hand. You need to start Carracks versus China every time. Dragon ships are OP. If you don't have Carracks, you die. Heavadias, Elephant Archers really early, obviously. LuckyKharms as a Dravidian enjoyer, all he wants to do is to make Elephant Archers. Oh, breaking a mirror. Ah. I already thought about walking under a ladder and the like black cats moving. Not looking into the eyes while saying cheers also leads to some effects like that, but it seems to be more a regional thing. First Galleons wrecked by the Dragon Boats. The Dragon Boats not going forward, therefore LuckyKharms might have time to switch to Carrack, therefore the counter ship. Messing some things in the base. Falafel rushing with the Cavalier, but unfortunately he feels the same about houses as Grathrang is attacking the house with the Cavalier instead of the villagers. Therefore LuckyKharm will have the only villager kill. Falafel trying to claim the middle with a castle. Navy numbers look a lot better for LuckyKharms though. Dragon ships are being queued. We do need some other boats as well to deal with the Carracks. Maybe some galleons. Maybe the loot ones, even though they're very expensive. Very strong ship though. Castles coming up for both in the middle, so we've got a castle race. Chinese Cavalier. I mean, we want to play aggressive. I can understand that, but it's also a lot of gold, especially Luchuans and Cavalier. It's a huge gold investment. LuckyKharms with more than normal fleet. Carrack and Galleon seems to be getting quite a bit of control now that the the Carracks are added in against the Dragon Boats. Carracks do die to Luchuans, but Luchuans need kind of numbers first. That's why I would have liked some Galleons first, I think. And the Navy numbers looking really good for LuckyKharms. Both have extra villagers at the start, so both with a fast start here. Kiki, don't make false promises. You're not an admin, and I don't think that can be done. But I mean, I would play a Han War tournament. If Grathrang wants to do a DM Han War tournament, I would sign up. Cannon Galleons are shooting at the castles. There's some other people who missed them as well. Who could sign up. Not sure it will be entertaining to cast all the way, which is why I enjoy like these diverse things a lot more. I also enjoy playing it, but I wouldn't mind playing some Han Wars. Elite Cannon Galleon wrecking the front line. This is not looking all too great for Falafel. LuckyKharms will have his Chinese, therefore 4 Lagoon. And I think Lucky is practicing a lot. And that is showing in his Division 11 performance. Really getting good Navy numbers out here. And Dragon Boats are great, but Lucky found the counter in time. No houses as a default in the mode, maybe? Huns for all? Then nobody would pick Huns though. But yeah, I mean, could be done as well. Would be a bit sad for Huns. Falafel calls the GG. LuckyKharms gets win number 3. More boats beat less boats, even if it's the stronger boats. And it's not really the stronger boats because the Carracks weren't really countered because the Luchuans were in too low numbers, which I guess plays in more boats beat less boats. Unfortunate game on a Falafel home map. LuckyKharms though practice being cheating. Really nice start. Lucky on Swamp. Bengalis getting the dub over the first picked Chinese. And LuckyKharms securing the extra point for the set already. GG. I mean, I think there is a crowd that would enjoy a mirror tournament. We've moved away from it, and I think DM has gotten a lot more popular. So I think we're on the right track. We have 99 players this season, $999. DM is having more events, more outreach, Nations Cup, so a lot of the big RM players playing. So I'm still convinced we're moving into the right direction, but there's definitely a part of the DMers that would enjoy playing mirrors again, and I would even be part of that. I miss mirrors a little bit, so I think for DM it's the right direction we're taking, but as a player I would like to have also mirrors somewhere. And I think with DM really strongly growing back again, we could have both. I would probably not cast too much of it myself either, but I would enjoy playing it. That's why I kind of differentiated between like organizer, caster, and player. It's mainly the player in me that misses them. 2 remaining maps here, play all 5 format of course, are Lagoon and Fez. And the next game will be on Lagoon. Unfortunately, Grathrank starts chatting about how he doesn't like DM1 water, and we get the 2 water maps right after. Let me know which civs you would expect on Lagoon. I will take my mid-set break and be right back. As if I wouldn't take breaks at other parts of the set, but I'll be back in a minute. StarCraft guys would love DM. I mean, I don't know them. Just played a bit of Age of Mythology DM, but they didn't really come over, and their mode just died, and they still didn't come over to ours. But well, we are going for Lagoon. I think it is safe to say that it will be Chinese for LuckyKharms. And I guess it's Byzantines can stand up to Lutruans, so I'd say Byzantines, Chinese? Let's go for game 4. And it is the Sicilians. I thought about them too. They were picked earlier. So we've got Falafel in the yellow Sicilian. Starting Rex, so not the castle build order, which I think on this long map is better. Like what he's doing is better. And LuckyKharms going straight for docks with China. So wants to go for some Lutruans. Water on the inside, water on the outside. The absolute DM water map. I mean, it's not a DM map. It was originally made as an R map. And we've got the dragon boats again. At least Falafel knows what he needs to do now. Start Carrack. Units getting poked down. Picking water with LuckyKharms was maybe also a daring solution, but this is LuckyKharms home map, so LuckyKharms picking water. Fire ships. Do the Sicilians not get Carrack? Sicilians get Carrack. They got fully upgraded Carrack, no? Yeah. Their fire ships aren't fully upgraded, but Incendiaries isn't really important. Carrack! Falafel! first ship you make normally is Carrack. Because fires might be better against land units, but Carracks beat fires. Which isn't true in RM for some reason, but in DM it's still true. I can't explain it either. I mean, you have some Carracks in front of your fires in RM as well. Dragon ship loot one. LuckyKharms going into the double. Oh, there is Carracks. Never mind. Carracks in front of fires. Okay, yeah, that's like how you play fires in RM these days. Loot ones plus dragon ships in higher numbers here though for LuckyKharms. Middle of interest a little bit late, but both players are moving there. Lots of TCs for LuckyKharms all around. Falafel also expanding the economy, going towards the wood. LuckyKharms also a big marketer. Markets again, sold tons of food, 7k food sold. So makes sense if you're going poor navy. And here comes the help Dragonboat Lutron army. Dragonboat's the secret strength of the Chinese. Nuke the castle. And LuckyKharms, I think, has domination mode activated. Falafel has got navy this time though. 65 units against that. Cannon Gains trying to focus the Lutrons. Cannon Gains are kind of a decent unit against Lutrons, but I'm not sure about the unupgraded ones for Sicilians. You go with like some land units maybe? Some Halberdiers are coming out. Halberdiers are pretty decent against ships now. In New Water. But there's less of a demo spam fest than it used to be before. Progress, I think. And actually, with the Hebs in front, with the Carrack edition, Falafel is pushing this one back. Let's go, Falafel! Up north, fire ships are dying. 2 Halberdiers being doinked down, showing the Halberdiers power on both fronts. In the middle, little bit of a stalemate, no real exchanges. Lots of navy mass for LuckyKharms thanks to the market. And the navy for Falafel is forming as well though. Cannon Gains shooting at the Halberdiers. They are on defensive stance, so they don't know what to do because they don't react to long range attacks. Ah, there's so many dragon boats. Holy dragon boats. 55 at stand ground patrolling, eh? Stand ground patrol. Maybe a unit we haven't talked about in the stand ground patrol debate enough are dragon ships. This is insane. To stand ground patrol with the dragon ships. With the charge attack as well. It's 60 ships on one tile. Or like on 4 or 5 tiles. It's not one tile, but 60 ships are in this. The dragon boat stack is just gonna melt. What the hell is this? Carracks are trying to fight it, but it's obviously 3 Carracks fighting 50 ships. What? I mean, that's how you micro fires in RM as well with stand ground patrol, so it kind of makes sense. They're even firing at the cast. They're mating the cast. I mean, it's the neutrals, really, but it looks like they're mating the cast. So what the hell is this? Thompson would demo it. Yeah, that might be the right response. Oh, siege onagers. Honestly, siege onager this. The Saints have siege onagers. You could siege onager this. All the while, Falafel is actually doing good in other parts of the map. He's winning the middle. He has the cannon gains. Can kill a lot of the docks here. All the production is kind of reachable there. The unfortunate thing is just that this shit is burning his face down. What the fuck? Now they're at least not stacked up anymore. But what the hell? And Keller says Chinese are bad, man. GG called. A stack of 60 stand ground patrolling dragon ships wins LuckyKharms home maps. Oh god, I have to try this. Fucking hell, 4-0. I will never get Chinese on Lagoon, but still. What a fire. I was laughing too hard during that game. Yeah, well, you can see what the caster is doing right now, so it makes sense. You played this really well, Falafel. You made the Carracks, you defended that until here. You're even winning the middle and cannon getting everything down. for this being LuckyKharms home map. I think that's really well played by you. No clue what you do against this crap. Or against this strat. I don't know. I don't like the boat because it looks like from AoE1. So I'm hoping to say crap. But how is this an Imperial Age upgrade? Not too happy with the ship models in this game, but 4-0 to LuckyKharms, good strategy. Aye. It's a funny series. 218 to 120 KD for the insane Dragon Ball stack, and Falafel laughing is completely the right reaction. 4-0 for Lucky. No 3-2 sets with LuckyKharms. Nah, I mean the one against Chipmunk was a 3-2. Getting smashed but still having a good time, that's not how it should be. Obviously you want to win, but I'm glad you had a good time regardless. Chinese getting the dub over the Sicilians. Only the two last picks remain. We are having the final map. Don't worry, Grath, we're going to land now. We are going to Fez, where the water is kind of irrelevant. And I think it will be Mongols versus Eek. Mongols versus Mongols will win, but Bulgarians, I guess, a better bet with the Conic. Mongols, Bulgarians. What I would assume. In England, you'd say getting smashed is mandatory for a good time. Well, that's the point. Let's go to game number 5. It is the Byzantines. Oh, we're gonna see skirms, aren't we? I think we were gonna see skirms. Byzantines even have a hard time with Mongols in RM. And in DM, Byzantines famously die to CA. Mongols have quite a good CA unique unit. Yeah, valid take. Falafel. You don't have a lot of time to play or practice. We have a lot of time to watch Twitch streams though. I guess one can do other things while, or pretend to be working while Twitch streams, while that's a lot harder while playing. Yeah, on your phone? Yeah, kind of what I said. LuckyKharms going Step Lancers against the Barracks opening. That is the correct choice. Don't do it against the Camel opening though, which the Byzantines could have done and probably should have done against the Mongols. We are on a fast, so all the gold is on the left side of the map, all the wood, you can see it on the mini-map. Stone up top behind the water that maybe sees 3 to 5 boats made usually. Most of the times is 0. Yeah, specials you can't even. I mean, you're working in military industry, so that makes sense. You probably have to hand in your personal phone somewhere when you go through the work door, right? Archery range is being added, so it looks like we're going. I fear we're going skirms. Byzantines have decent ARB. A lot of time for Mongols in ARM, you go ARB. Maybe it's ARB. It's hand cannons. It's hand cannons. What are hand cannons good against that Mongols want to make? Mongol champions? I don't think we want to see them. I think it's gonna be Mangadai. Some cavalry. Stopping camel production early. LuckyKharms doesn't want to overproduce the camels. He's obviously cast a million of DM matches, so he knows the common mistakes when over-investing into camels and not having the resource for siege. Siege workshop's a bit late though. And not being cute. LuckyKharms siege adversity coming into play once more. Step Lancers try and go for some raids. 2 villages kills have been found so far. Falafel castle chaining towards the gold. Every single game. Well, it's kind of relaxing. in an odd sort of way. How are you that much on, like, obviously I appreciate it's fast, but I must be streaming a lot of your, like, when you're not working times, right? Because I feel like you're in chat a lot. And if you can't be in chat while working, a lot of the time people that are in chat a lot are people that have streams open while working. That's why a lot of the, like, I don't know, A2 population of Twitch is working in IT and stuff. You work early? Yeah, you must work very early, right? It's way a lot earlier for you than it is for me. Stay playing, so find some kill. What Falafel makes it onto the gold. What will we do with it? Oh, champion? Champion? Oh, we're trying to ram push. Cataphrag ram kind of works, but it's champ ram. The issue with rams is drill siege launchers. Yeah, I think that's the most part of the, like, working right now, exactly. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Champion's getting nuked before the Rams can even get nuked. Drill SO, the true power unit of the Mongols. It's only 9 of them. LuckyKharms gets some training in on his attack rounds. Splat. Yep. We'll see lots of stats. Actually, can we ram the Otter? 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 We ram the Onagers. Let's go. Onagers are running. Onagers are shooting trebuchets. We're doing the battlefield perspective again. And own Onagers for Falafel. I mean, the ram is a take, but it's an absolute civ loss, so I guess you have to try something. Kills the forward caster. This is going better than it has any right to be, but unfortunately now we're making skirmishers. And that will not help our case. Which means I'm, by saying that, baiting Falafel to make more skirmishers, so I can make more fun of skirmishers. Nice. Siege Onager with Siege Engineers versus Onagers without Siege Engineers is kind of unfair. More range and fastly moving away. Poor Byzantines. They were meant to be played on a water map, like the Wu. But they're being played on a land map. Sicilians could have done more here. I think Horberg Cavalier? Plus SO? Maybe? I mean, would have done more than Byzantines. Is it winning the Civ matchup versus Mongols on fast? No. You need a better CA Civ than Mongols to stand up to them here. Like, Magyars can stand up to them, Berbers can stand up to them. Maybe Tatars can stand up to them. But other than that, there's not really much that can stand up to Mongols. Koreans can stand up to them. But not really, not mobile enough. Only very technically, Kiki. Unless you're Maxi and you make 60 galleons, but I guess Kiki is imitating Maxi a lot, so... Kiki probably does 60 galleons on this map. Poor champions, man. They are champions. Why are they being done for like this? No respect to the champions. They're holding back the Siege Onagers. Maybe the Onagers can get some shots. It's hard to hype it. Mongols are too OP. Ooh, my guy. Bit of a risky business. And yeah, GG is called. LuckyKharms, absolute smurf. Should have been in the divisions above with the other casters. And I guess Mundi is there as another caster, and Mundi looked good as well. So Mundi vs LuckyKharms would be a good set. Looking forward to that one. But Lucky playing well, getting the 5-0 and 6 very important points in Division 11. Casters OP? Kind of. APM spikes. Holy falafel here with the 118 APM spike. Overall still more for Lucky though. Good set. GG's. Congratulations, LuckyKharms.